Welcome to this week in the world of wrestling.
Welcome to TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton, and this is our Monday Night Raw review, and the excitement is palpable, folks. This was the Raw go-home show for Royal Rumble this Sunday, and man, what a show it was from top to bottom, especially that closing segment. I actually feel pumped for the first time in weeks for the Royal Rumble this Sunday. Now it really feels like the road to WrestleMania. Ashton, what'd you think of it?
Pumped for the first time in weeks? Are you trying to tell me that you haven't been excited for Rumble?
I've been excited for Rumble, but I gotta tell you, like these past few Raws, it's like, yeah, it's a great pay-per-view on its own, but I want to feel the road to WrestleMania, you know? Not just like it's another great pay-per-view by itself.
Yeah, I mean, dude, They threw everything at us tonight. They said Raw Reunion, and we were expecting the NWNDX, but we got Sting. We got Brock Lesnar. We even got Ric Flair. I mean, they advertised Ric Flair, but he was on his game tonight. We had some great stuff from some awesome people on this show.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Guys that normally I just find boring or even utterly loathe were actually entertaining. This Raw was pretty special on a multitude of levels for me, but enough talking about it. Let's start being about it. Let's get right into our heat of the night. I have zero heats of the night. What about you, Ashton?
No, I can't think of any real problems that I had with this show. There was your typical LOL Cena wins, which, I mean, yeah, I guess, maybe, but it's not really something that I can call out as something terrible because it's just par for the course at this point.
Exactly. And guys, just real quick with our SmackDown recap, because there's really not much to recap. Barrett successfully retained his
Do we really have to talk about SmackDown? It's on Thursdays now. Jeez.
I know, right? Oh, God. But yeah,
It feels like so long ago.
I know. Barrett retained his Intercontinental Championship in a game effort against Sin Cara.
Which, if you watched Raw tonight and couldn't gather that yourself, there might be something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's true. You might want to get yourself checked. But more importantly, Daniel Bryan teamed with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns to take on Seth Rollins, and I want to say Big Show and Kane. And, Babyface has won, obviously, and now Daniel Bryan, next Thursday now is going to face Kane in a no DQ matchup. If Bryan loses, he loses his spot in the Rumble. So if that's not a spoiler, I don't know what is.
Right, and hey, I mean, that's not the only storyline coming out of this match. We had 2/3 of the Shield reunited here. We had Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Obviously no Seth Rollins. He was replaced by Daniel Bryan. So I guess that instead of the Hounds of Justice, this was the Hounds of Just Yes.
Oh, snap, crackle, and the crowd pops. And so we go from that. Now let us get right into our Monday Night Raw review, baby.
Oh my goodness, you were so into that.
I know, and I'll tell you why I was into it, because despite the fact that they did not adhere to my Raw request of doing something different with their opening, it's okay because we were feeding an animal, because Brock Lesnar comes out with Paul Heyman, and I've seen a lot of champions in my time with a lot of ferocity in their eyes, but Brock Lesnar, he was spoiling for a fight tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you say they didn't change anything, and it's okay, but at the end of the day, they really didn't change anything but the order, because normally on a Raw, you start with the Authority, and then John Cena comes out, and then, if we're lucky, Brock's music will hit. Whereas tonight, we got lucky right to start the show, and Brock's music hit, but then Triple H came out. And I was like, oh, man, I mean, I really liked Brock being out there, but Triple H is cool too. And then Stephanie's music hit, and let me just tell you, I freaking love Stephanie McMahon. I think she is probably the most compelling female character in the WWE, best female heel, one of the best overall heels in the company. But her music is so bad that even though I know that when she comes out, I'm going to be entertained, her music hitting still makes me cringe and sigh and facepalm and dread what I'm about to see, even though I know internally that it's going to be great.
I know her music really is horrendous, but I love it, man, because Lesnar, he comes out and says he wants to just destroy Seth Rollins, tells Rollins, get your ass out here. Heyman's trying to calm him down. He can't do it, and Heyman's got that panicked look on his face, and they're teasing just very slight friction between Lesnar and Heyman, which, if you do your history, folks, which you all know I do, the last time there was even a modicum of friction between these two guys, it was enough to cause a severance, on Heyman's part, stabbing in the back for the next big meal ticket. So
which ended up being the Big Show.
That laugh, though.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. And the promo afterwards, we screwed Brock Lesnar. We like doing it. If we could turn back the clock, we'd screw you all over again. Well, Paul, let me tell you.
At least take him out to dinner first.
I know, right? The fan fiction you've just produced. Jesus.
It's like Indiana Jones on South Park.
I know, right? Oh, God, the flashbacks. But yeah, man, it's great because, I've been feeling for a while, and I think WWE's kind of hinting at it too with Heyman's all relations with Rollins and everything. What is going on with the dynamic between Heyman and Lesnar? I love that they were playing that up. But then Triple H comes out, and he's looking all stone-faced like, the game in this suit. And, he's telling Brock, listen, I understand you were curb stomped and you were embarrassed last week, but he said, hey.
Oh, that's a great thing to say to calm him down. Remind him that he was embarrassed.
Yeah, you were pretty embarrassed there, bro. But he says, hey, you
must be so humiliated, bro.
He said you would have done the same thing if you had the opportunity. And then he reminds him because, I personally, actually, I don't know about you. When I go to petting zoos or really just any kind of zoos, because I'm a man, I don't need to go to petting zoos, but I never poke the bear. I never antagonize the animal. And really here, Triple H does some nice job shifting the blame here, shifting the responsibility, because he says, hey, Brock, you did sort of kind of suplex Rollins first. And that's probably the most roundabout way I've ever heard one person tell another person, yeah, you had it coming. So he pretty much tells Brock, yeah, you initiated the aggression and all that stuff. And he says, hey, just calm down, man. Just calm down. Go backstage. We'll get you a nice juicy steak. And me and Paul here, we're going to settle this like businessmen.
I love that they're treating him like a child. Like, oh, it's okay. We're going to get you your little juice box, and then you're going to take a nap, and this will all blow over by 5.
It's like, Brock, I swear, Stephanie is just preparing your warm milk in the microwave. So
yeah.
it's just
and then, of course, right on cue, out comes Stephanie McMahon, which, again, I cringed at because of the music, even though she's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And she does come out with Kane and Big Show. I don't think J&J Security were with them. Not yet, anyway. And she says, cooler heads need to prevail. This isn't what you want to be doing, Brock. Not right now. So it's like, yeah, everybody all of a sudden got their degrees in being mediators, and Brock's just like, hey, I'm not have time for this. I'm gonna rip somebody apart. He even asked Triple H before Stephanie comes out, are you here to fix this, or are you here to fight? He'll take anybody. He'll take that guy in the front row.
Yeah, dude, is it just me, or were there some definite babyface tendencies being exhibited here by Brock?
Oh, completely. Which I think is also a testament to what a great heel faction the Authority is.
Yeah.
Because I think they were so ready to get behind Brock here tonight with the stuff he did. Just all over. It was just fantastic. And just when it seems like that their damage control, that it might actually pay off, that this is one problem that they won't have to throw money at and actually won't be in the red this quarter.
Cue Seth Rollins.
Because Seth Rollins, and I love, because I always watch it on a stream, everybody always plays with Seth Rollins' name. It's always like Seth, I eat baby food from a can Rollins, or just some kind of ridiculous crap like that. So this was Seth, I'm going to muck up all the progress you just made, Rollins, tonight. Because he comes on the Titantron, And he pretty much says, you're just always 2 steps behind me, Brock, but you just need to relax because you'll get your shot at me right before I take the title from you at the Rumble.
You know how you were talking earlier about not poking the bear?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins just threw a rock at it.
He threw a rock at it, and then he had the balls to go down and take a selfie with it and Instagram it. Like, yeah, guys.
And then on his way out of the cage, he mooned it.
What a freaking douchebag. And then Heyman pipes in and says the adults are talking. This is the second straight time that somebody has made like a connection between Rollins and just childish immaturity. Or
You know what it
being a
is?
child.
It's because he's small. I mean, he's not small like for a human being, but for a wrestler, he's small. I think he's only like 6 feet tall, maybe 6'1", maybe 215 pounds at most. He's a smaller, like he's even smaller than a Shawn Michaels, which, I mean, obviously he's not as small as Bryan, and he's built better than Punk, but he is relative to your Brock Lesnar, your Triple H, your John Cena. He is a small dude, and I think that's why they always use these childlike euphemisms to describe him, even though at this point, at least from a perception standpoint, apparently Brock Lesnar is really the child in the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just so happens that he's the giant baby that will destroy people if not treated properly.
Exactly. And you hear Heyman, he continues taking Rollins to task, telling the Authority, hey, get your puppy on the leash before Lesnar fixes it on his own and leaves bodies laying around.
And again, apparently Rollins, they can't say get your dog on a leash. No, he's a puppy.
Yeah, just that. Language is very important, I think, in this.
It is. It really is.
Both with Lesnar and with Rollins. And Heyman says he has a spoiler for Sunday, and it's Lesnar still being the reigning and defending. Now, if you notice, folks, I'd like to think that me and Ashton, we're having a pretty great time right now talking about this segment, right? It's like that graduation party after 4 long and hard years of high school.
Well, John, I mean, before you even finish, think about what I said to start talking about this segment. It's every other Raw opener out of order. Normal Raw openers go Authority, Cena, Lesnar. This one went Lesnar, Authority,